Hey folks, everything new under the sun here. Welcome to part whatever it is of the Airstream. Well, I'm not going to tear it out. Right now I'm just taking out some of the rotten boards in the back. There was some leaks in the back. And of course, anywhere you got leaks, you got ants. And so I was tearing it all out. I want to take out the black tank anyways. Or at least see. At this point I didn't know what I could do with the black tank. So basically I had my skill saw, my handy little, I got my Black & Decker combo set. Check out my videos about that. I've got a whole combo set, which is pretty cool. I really love the wireless tools. Anyways, what I was doing was scoring the plywood. It's probably a good 3/4 inch plywood there. It's pretty thick stuff. So I was just scoring it all over the place and pulling it out. And I did find, I think at least another nest. Anyways, at least one more nest. So I got lots of raid in there, killing them. And then, as you'll see, upcoming, I actually was able to get the black taken out. But here I was basically still scoring, kind of trying to get the rest of the rotten stuff out. It's the rotten stuff, obviously, that the bugs want to be in. The bugs want to be in the moist stuff, the rotten stuff, and I think so far most of that is in the back. There's not a lot of water damage in other places. No rotten wood that I see in other places. So I hope the ants haven't gotten any farther. But we'll see. As I continue the tear out, I'll have to do some welding back here as well. The cross members, and I will go into it in greater detail with the video where I'm actually talking behind the camera there. The cross members and the frame itself is not bad, except for the obvious really rusty part there. But anyways, continue watching, and yeah, I'm just using a crowbar and a skill saw basically to score the plywood and just pull it out piece by piece. It's pretty rotten, and yeah. So enjoy it, guys. Here comes the black tank. Here's the work with the black tank out. Big hole there. That'll lighten it up a bit. Actually, the black tank was just a heavy kind of plastic. It actually wasn't that heavy, of course. With water in it, it would be very heavy. So let me take the camera off here. Take a closer look. So I think the ants, I'm hoping the ants were mostly, give it a stand there. I did find a mouse nest kind of right on top of the boards, right, where's my finger? Right there. And another one over in here. So, I mean, all this insulation is compromised. It's disgusting. You know, there's the rusted out part of the frame. But that's not bad. I don't know. I can deal with that. You see over here? This is actually in very good shape. Let me get something to bang with. Where's my... That's very solid beam right there. That's good. So I think that whole side is actually really good, all things considered. So I think if under here is good, then I'm not concerned about kind of under the rest of it, because it's all been sheltered by aluminum. You can see even under here, this part here, where's my finger? This part here, that all looks pretty good. It's only kind of this part that wasn't sheltered by the aluminum. It is completely rotted away. But I can deal with that, like I say. I'm gonna rip out that. I'm gonna have to take some of the aluminum off the bottom, I think. And where am I looking at here? Oh yeah. And take out all that insulation, kind of rip out all this insulation. I need to get my shop vac out here. Doesn't have a filter though. I need to get a filter for it. Anyways, clean all this out. I sprayed a little bit more raid in here. You can see, there's little pine cones, and I mean, there's been animals living in here, or at least coming in and out of here. There's dead ants crawling around, kind of dying. I mean, the ants have been in here for a little while, it seems, because the pile of chewed up wood, and they were in and out of the plywood right there, all around. It's quite rotten. So the ants like places that are moist. wood that is moist, because they can eat wood that is moist. They can nest in wood that is moist. So that's the problem. That's why you want to keep your camper dry. Bugs in general do not like dryness. If it's too dry, they dry out when they're, overwintering, or if it's too dry, the wood is going to be too hard for them to chew, like carpenter ants. So if you keep a good seal on your camper, that will likely prevent, or go a long way to preventing, a lot of this trouble. A lot of this plywood is not too bad. Like, you look there, nice clean edge there where I cut it. I mean, that's nice solid dry wood. But then you go to the back there, that was closer to the elements. Well, it's all rotten. All rotten there. So I'm going to tear as much of that out as I can, if not all of it, because I don't think it goes underneath the wall. I don't think it does. It's just real tight to the wall. Gotta watch where I'm pointing. I think it's just tight to the wall. Let's go over here. Let's get without falling. And I'm seeing this wire here, and I'm thinking, oh, I better not touch that wire. I'm gonna get electrocuted. Just nothing's plugged in there. So yeah, I think it's kind of curved right to the wall there. That's what it looks like to me. So I should be able to tear all this out and put a whole new piece in here, basically. Once I get it all cleaned out. There's an ant for you. Going slowly. He's been raided. Plus, these guys are just waking up for the winter, so that's actually a perfect time to be cleaning this out, because they're still kind of dopey in the winter. So, I think I'm going to take this wall out here, because, well, there's huge water damage there, and I'm just going to replace it. I mean, there's not much I can do to pretty that up. It just needs to come out. This side is good. This side is still intact. The bottom is a little bit water damaged, but I don't think there's too much ant damage. If there was ant damage, it would be in this side of the bed. I don't see a lot going on over on this side. This side stayed a bit drier. This side, there was a hole in the roof up here, and so they had a nice, humid, wet, damp area to kind of make a big mess of. That's what we're working with. Like I say, there's another ant crawling down there. Step on him. Squished. The rest of this, I was going to tear this up, but I don't know. After looking at the frame under there, I don't know that I need to now. I mean, this wood is fairly solid. I've kind of stepped all over it. It's not bouncy or flexy any more than it should be. It's all very dry. All things considered, the aluminum on this Airstream is very good. The rivets seem intact. The only place water was coming in was from places like that where the dome was actually completely smashed. So, and up here I don't see evidence of ants, because they would be coming up here. But we're going to tear this wall off, and there's kind of bugs in there, flies and stuff, but I don't think anything major. So we're going to tear all this off and see what's behind there. I don't think, yeah, that's not ants, that's just, I don't know, mouse poop or poop from something. That's not ants, so I see maybe an ant carcass in there, shining in the sun, but yeah, I don't think they're over here, but I may take a portion of this up anyways, just so maybe I can see the kind of the front, the tongue of the camper, just to make sure that kind of this end of the frame is good, and then just replace this, and that way I'll have a clean slate up here. And like I say, everything in the middle, I think it's, I'm gonna make a bet. I'm gonna bet a little bit, and bet that it's mostly okay. Some water damage, but as long as the water damage doesn't stay, like as long as stuff doesn't stay wet, that's probably just water damage from a winter of snow melt and whatever on boots as people came in and out. As long as it doesn't stay wet, the ants shouldn't get a hold in there. You'll get other bugs coming through holes in the floor. And there are holes here and there, but there's not a lot of other evidence really of big, nests. Now, there is insulation in the walls, and so I guess they could get up in there, but I don't think that's real hospitable for them. I don't think it's an ideal place. I think they want to be in the wood, because there would just be nothing but aluminum and insulation. So I mean, I would think if they ate the insulation, they'd probably die or something. So I don't think there's a lot of problem with that. And again, the wood back in here where it's dark and would be the most damp. I don't see a lot of evidence of a lot of ant problems. So that's good. And see that splatter there. Oh, I see a spider up there. That's good because they eat the, well, that's probably dead, but they eat the flies. Splatter right there looks like, I don't know what it is, maybe rust, or maybe it's splatter from a bird that was sitting on that post or something. I don't know where else it would come from, yeah. So I don't know what that's from. But anyways, we'll get back to work here and clean this out and clear it out, because the next thing that I can do now with very little money is to get some angle iron and fix up that back piece, because that'll be an inspection problem. And finish tearing out this wood back here, clean it all up as much as I can, and then see where we're at related to insect problems. Get all this insulation cleaned out, and then I'll have a look down under here, see if I see more evidence maybe of ants in there, to see if I have to tear that out. I'm hoping I don't have to, but it probably wouldn't be too bad. Since I'm taking this wall out anyways, I could probably just slide a lot of this bed kind of out and over without destroying it. But we'll see how it goes.
So far,